Okay, we are live with Selena and Shauna, and we're discussing the home plate case study. It was a short case. What did you think about it, Selena?
It was a lot to like grasp as far as like the what was it called? Like debt, convertible debt. That's what it was. That was like
Yes.
a difficult concept, I thought.
Yeah, it was a lot more to think about. Like, to me, I probably wouldn't have known before this how to figure those numbers to make a decision as a business owner.
Yeah. Let's see.
I thought it was kind of a unique and exciting place to be for this individual.
Yeah.
So I think ultimately what we're asked to discuss, so ask the opening prayer, and then anyone who wishes to share spiritual thought, we did that, and then share with the group what your answers were to the questions presented. If there are any discrepancies, work together to find the right answers. Okay, so did you do all the calculations?
Yes. Well, I did. Let's see. I did 1 through 3. I just done the capitalization table. That's it.
Okay. So for the 1 is fairly easy, right? Number of shares is 100,000. Price per share is 1 penny. $1,000 invested. So Lexi has 100% ownership. Is that what you have?
Yep.
Okay. So what do you have for 1B?
For what? Sorry.
1B.
For 1B. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Number of shares is 100,000. Let's see that. And then ownership 75%.
Okay, so who has the 100,000 shares?
I think she does, and then Angel. Oh yeah, and then Angel Investor has 25,000, and he has 25% ownership, and invested $50,000.
I messed up somewhere. I must have read something wrong.
Well, that's what I have under first round of investment.
Yeah, I think you have it right. For some reason, I put down that the angel investor had 100,000 shares, and that's not possible.
No.
So I just got to fix my math really quick here. How do I get 100,000? So if they buy it for 50 cents a share, that would be 50,000 divided by 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it? That's what I did, and it's telling me that it's 100,000 divided by. Yeah, that tells me it's 100,000 shares.
Really?
So if I do 50 cents, and I'm just going to say I'm buying 100,000 shares. Yeah, that says it's $50,000. Does it make sense? Yeah, it does. So if she's paying 50 cents per share, that means she'd get 2 shares for every dollar.
Yep.
So if she's invested $50,000, she should have 100,000 shares, the angel investor. Do you agree, or?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Shouldn't the angel investor have 100,000 shares?
No, I have it as 25,000, and then she has 100,000.
So Lexi has 100,000, but if the angel investor can get 2 shares for $1, she's 50 cents a share. So for every dollar, she gets 2 shares. So if she's invested $50,000, then she should double that for her shares. So that would give her 100,000 shares.
I'm confused.
So take $50,000 and divide it by 50 cents.
Okay.
And that'll tell you how many shares. What do you get?
50,000. 100,000, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they should each have 100,000, so they both have 50% ownership.
Really? How did I get that wrong?
Does that make sense?
Yeah, just confused. Because I didn't think they'd have 50-50 ownership.
Yeah, with the angel investment, if they both end up with 100,000, which works out well for Lexi because she's only invested 1,000, and the angel investors invested 50 times that, but they still both get half ownership.
Yeah. Huh.
So do you see how I got the 100,000? Why she was able to buy 100,000 shares?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still confused, or can I help you with anything?
No, that's right. I was looking at the wrong one. What was it?
Oh, okay.
If I scroll up, first round of investment, I have 100,000, 100,000, 0.5%, 50,000, and then 50-50.
Okay, so you're looking at number 2 probably.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. Okay, so part number 2 is the angel investors able to buy shares at $2, and
Yeah.
that's where you got 25,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I got too, and I have that Lexi has 80% ownership and the angel investor has 20% ownership.
Really? I have it as 75-25.
Well, because your total shares at this point is 125. So you have to do your percentage for Lexi would be 100,000 over 125,000.
Oh.
And to get the percentage for the angel investor would be 25,000 over 125,000.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not very good at explaining things.
You're good. Okay. What was the next one say?
So at this point, to allow the angel investor to purchase shares at a higher price works out better for Lexi. Is that what she wanted to do? I'm trying to remember. She was unsure. Okay, the investor wants to buy it for 50 cents a share, but she thinks it would be closer to $2. So if I was the angel investor, I'd want to buy it for 50 cents. If I was Lexi, I'd want them to buy it at $2 a share. Now I see the difference. All right. So you ready for number 3?
Yeah. Assuming Lexi and the angel investor and angel agreed on $1 per share in the seed round, what share of the company would she own after Series A, assuming she raises 300,000 at $2.50 per share?
Okay. So at this point, Lexi has 100,000 shares, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How much does the angel investor have?
50,000.
That's what I have. And then Potato Rock has 120,000.
Yep, at $2.50. And then the total invested is 300,000. And he owns, I guess, 44.
Okay, just how much did you say Potato Rock? How many shares do they have?
120,000.
And I have a total of 270,000.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Yeah, I thought you said 300.
No, I have percent or cash invested is 300,000.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So the total number of shares outstanding is 270,000, right?
Yep.
So what percent of ownership do you have for Lexi?
37.4.
Okay, I got 3 points. I have 37.0. I don't know if that matters or not. Angel investor, what do you have for them?
18.52.
I'm just rounding.
And then
there we go. I got 18.5.
Yeah.
Rock. 44%.
Yeah, 44.44.
Yay! We're both right on there. So at this point, if they buy the shares, if you're the angel investor, you're almost at the same ownership that buying $2 per share is buying at $1 per share. So for the angel investor, it looks like it'd be a better bet to invest at the $1 per share.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then as far as Lexi, when she lets Potato Rock come in, they're having more ownership than she has.
Uh-huh.
Yikes. All right. So then the next option is number 4, convertible debt.
Not one yet.
Okay. So this one, I have to remember how I did it. So we start with Lexi, same table. She has 1,000 shares at a penny, and she's invested $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then the angel, okay, here we go. The angel investor, you leave the number of shares and price per share blank, and then they've invested $50,000. And then your next line is the Potato Rock investors. So this table, as of now, is going to look exactly the same as number 3, only number of shares and price per share is left blank.
Mm-hmm. Then
what we do is the angel investor, their price per share is 10% less than Potato Rock. So you would take the Potato Rock price of $2.50 and times it by 0.9, and that would tell you that their per share price is now going to be $2.25 because their discount rate was 10%.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then, so if they can buy them at $2.25, you would take 50,000, divide that by $2.25, and that'll tell you how many shares they have. How many shares do you have for them? Make sure we're both getting the same number.
Okay, what numbers did you say you used?
So you use the total that they invested of $50,000, and then you divide it by their price per share of $2.25, and that'll tell you how many shares they were able to buy.
2,000 or 22,000.
222. Yeah. Is that what you got?
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay. So then that means Lexi has 100,000 shares. The angel investor has 22,222 shares, and Potato Rock has 120,000 shares. So that gives us a total number of shares outstanding, 242,222.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to figure out the percentage of each individual for their ownership, and then we can compare our numbers?
What? Let's see. Potato Rock has how many shares?
Potato Rock has 120,000 shares.
Okay. I don't think I'm doing this right. I have no idea what I'm doing.
So copy, are you in Excel?
Yeah.
Okay, so copy your table from your Series A funding that has Lexi, the angel investor, and Potato Rock. Just copy that and paste it down below. In that same table, delete your price per share and your number of shares for your angel investor, because that's what's changing with the discount.
Okay.
Okay, in your price per share box by your angel investor, you're going to hit equals $2.50 times 0.9. And you should get $2.25. Is that correct?
Error found in formula.
Did you put the dollar sign in front of it?
No, let me put it. Oh gosh. Yeah, now I did. I just made it 225.
225?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's showing that the angel investor was able to buy stock at a 10% discount rate in the Potato Rock, or the angel investor could. So now we're going to move back to number of shares. So in your number of shares cell, you're going to put equals.
For the angel investor?
Yeah, for the angel investor, number of shares. The number of shares for Lexi and Potato Rock are staying the same.
Okay.
None of that changes for this. It's only the angel investor that changes. So in the number of shares box for angel investor, you're going to do equals the angel investors. Total investment amount would be $50,000, and you're going to divide that by the per share cost of $2.25.
I got 125,000. No, 12,500.
Should be 22,222. So you did 50,000 divided by $2.25.
Mm-hmm. I'm terrible at this. Oh, I did 25, not 225.
Okay.
Hmm.
So when you're in Excel, rather than having to type the numbers each time, you can just select the cell.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay.
So when you do that, what do you get?
For invested or what?
Number of shares the angel investor has.
22,222.
Perfect. So if you do an auto sum for our total number of shares between Lexi, the angel investor, and Potato Rock, how many total shares do you get?
Auto sum. What is that?
That is if you highlight, well, what's the sum of it? If you highlight all those shares and hit auto sum, it'll automatically add them together for you. That's nice.
Auto sum.
Or you can just add them, but I just want to make sure you have the same number of total shares that I have.
Yeah, I normally just add them. Normally takes me hours to do these things.
Watch some Excel videos online. There's some Excel does everything for you.
Oh.
So you can do this stuff in like seconds.
Oh. I got 242,222.
Yep. That's what I have as well. So with that being said, you can find out the ownership, how much Lexi has, how much the angel investor has, and how much Potato Rock has.
Okay.
and figure out their percentage of ownership. So the easy way to do this in Excel would be in your column for, I wish I could just screen share, but I'm on 2 different computers. You would click on the cell for the percent ownership next to Lexi.
Mm-hmm.
You would hit the equal sign, and you would click on the cell that has her 100,000 shares.
Mm-hmm.
You would then hit the divide button, and then you will click on the cell that has the total number of shares, the cell that says 242,222. Then you'll hit enter. Excel will automatically find the percentage for you of those two.
41.28.
Mm-hmm.
And then the angel investor only has 8.23%.
Angel investor has 9%.
Huh. What to do differently. Just keeps giving me 8.23%.
I'll check mine. So you did the 22,222 shares divided by 242,222.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. Because even when I go into long form, it gives me 9.17. All right, well, let's see what you get for Potato Rock. There.
I have still 44.44 for him.
See, that can't be because our total number of shares is different. Because in Series A, our total was 270,000 shares.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, it's 242,000 shares. So Potato Rock owns the same amount, but the total number has changed. The percentage should change. So Potato Rock, to find their percentage, should be 120,000 over the total of 242,222.
That's wrong. I'm doing it wrong again. I got like 53%.
You have 50%. Is your total, you said your total is 242, 222, right? What's that?
Yeah, that's right.
Can you screen share? Maybe I can help you.
Okay. How do I do that?
I have no idea. I don't know how to do that. That's why I was asking if you knew how.
Okay, remind me what you.
I know there's.
When you clicked on Potato Rock's percentage, what did you do again?
So Potatoes Rock percentage, you hit equals.
Uh-huh.
You select their cell that shows the 120,000 shares.
Okay.
You hit the divide symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Then you click the cell that has the total shares of 242,222. And then you hit enter.
I got 49.54.
Yep.
Okay.
I just have mine set to round up, so I've got 50%, but when I don't. Excuse me for coughing right in your face. Angel Investor, should we try that one again?
Yeah.
Since that's the one that we're not getting his name.
And then I click on 22 and divide it by total. Got 9.17.
Okay, that's what I got. All right, so if you are Lexi and you're looking at all the different options between 3 and 4, which option would you choose? Convertible debt or not convertible debt?
Probably convertible debt.
And why would that be?
Just looks like a better option.
So with the traditional debt, Lexi gets 37% of her company. When she does convertible debt with the angel investor, she gets 41%, which means she has 4% more ownership of her company if she chooses convertible debt. What's that?
Which is good because she should want to keep her equity in the company.
Exactly. The only thing I can see as a concern is with the convertible debt. Potato Rock now has 50% ownership, where the majority, yeah, where they would still have the majority in the other one because they'd have 44%, but Lexi would have 37 and the angel investor would have 19, so it's fairly more evenly distributed. But as investors, I don't know how much of a say they have other than they just get the paycheck. I don't know.
They have like 50%. They get like a lot of say in it. So it seems on Shark Tank at least.
Yeah.
From what I've gathered.
So that was my. See, I don't know, when you invest, do you just get 50% of the paycheck, or do you have a vote in what she does with her business plan, etc.?
I think if you own 50% of it, you get to say because now you're a partner.
Yeah. So that would be my only concern. I don't know enough about business laws or anything. But for Lexi, she gets more ownership, but she's also allowing somebody to have a lot more control, one individual. So I don't know what she'd want to do.
Right. But she needs the capital, so she doesn't really have much of a say.
Well, either way, she gets the capital.
I know, but like
either way she gets,
she wouldn't have money, you know, like if she didn't have percentage.
I guess it just comes down to, does she want to split the ownership between angel investor and Potato Rock more equally, or give majority of it to Potato Rock, and whether or not she'd want to do the convertible debt or not.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't affect her as much. It's more up to the angel investor because they're the ones that are being affected.
I think they also said they wait, like angel investors wait for like a venture capital investor to come in and like basically say like where the ownership goes to and like what percentages are giving out. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the angel investors kind of rely on the bigger investors in the end.
Well, and I think that's what they're talking about. If the angel investor purchases shares, then they just get an automatic ownership.
Yeah.
If they do convertible debt, so that's where the angel investor would lose, because if they wait for the venture capitalist, they go from 19% ownership to 9% ownership.
But they
so
don't.
If they just invest,
the company would also be increased. Like when the venture capital person invests a lot of money, like the, you know, the quality and the percent return would go up. So eventually, like if they're investing in a lot of different things, I could see it like helping them out to have less ownership in each company. But for the company,
well, if you look at it, when there's just an angel investor, the angel investor owns 20%. If the angel investor keeps their ownership, they already have bought their shares, and then Potato Rock invests, they only go down to 19%. They only lost 1% of the company when the venture capitalist comes in. However, if the angel investor does convertible debt, meaning they wait for the venture capital, they go from 20% ownership down to 9% ownership. So they lose 11% ownership by doing convertible debt.
That is a lot of ownership.
Yeah, so that's why as an angel investor, in this scenario, I wouldn't do convertible debt because you lose 10% of your ownership.
Right. But then again, he doesn't have much say in the company at any point because he has first he only has 18% and then he has 9%. So either way, like I feel like the angel investor wouldn't have much say on what Lexi did, you know?
Well, no, what I'm saying is the angel investor has two choices as an investor. I'm either going to invest and buy shares now, or I'm going to do convertible debt, invest and buy shares later. So if I'm an angel investor and I buy shares now, I get 19%. So every $100 Lexi sells, I get $19.
Mm-hmm.
If I say, no, I'm going to invest now and I'll buy shares later with convertible debt, then I only have 9% ownership. So for every $100 Lexi makes, I only get $9.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have a say. I get to say, am I going to buy shares now or later? And I have to decide, do I want $19 every $100 or do I want $9 every $100? Well, me, I want the $19, so I would invest and buy shares now. I wouldn't want to be convertible debt.
Right.
So I think it's really at this point, Lexi deciding what she wants, and for her, it makes sense to do the convertible debt.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's just seeing both sides. For her, she would want to do convertible debt as an angel investor. I would not want to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was going off her perspective, not theirs.
Okay. All right. Everything, understanding it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So we'll go. Any questions? Or did I confuse you?
no, you helped.
All right. So I'll just go ahead and do a quick summary again.
Okay.
All right, in summary, this is Shauna Howell and Selena Stellar, and we have discussed the home plate capitalization table. Originally, when Lexi founded the company, she had 100,000 shares at 1 penny each, which equaled 100% ownership. If an angel investor came in and invested $50,000 and bought shares at 50 cents per share, they would each have $100,000 equaling 50% for both Lexi and the angel investor. In part 2, we were given a scenario that the angel investor and Lexi came to an agreement to buy shares at $2 per share. In this scenario, this would give Lexi 80% ownership and the angel investor 20% ownership. The next two options are similar. It's the angel investor buying shares immediately, and the second option would be the angel investor doing convertible debt. The first option, the angel investor would be able to buy shares at $1, which would give them 50,000 shares. And then Potato Rock would be a venture capitalist that would come in and invest $300,000 at $2.50 a share. Between the three original investors, there would be 270,000 shares, which would mean Lexi would have 37% ownership, the 19% ownership, and Potato Rock would have 44% ownership. To convertible debt, Lexi would keep her 100,000 shares, Potato Rock would keep their 120,000 shares. However, the angel investor would be able to buy the stock at a 10% discount rate. This would reduce their cost per share to $2.25, equaling 22,222 shares for the angel investor. However, this brings the total number of shares down to 242,222. What this results in is the angel investor now only would have 9% share in the company. As an angel investor, I would prefer at this rate to do the original investment and not do convertible debt. However, for Lexi, her ownership changes from 37% to 41%. That's a 4% increase in ownership for the founder, Lexi. And so Selena and I agree that this would be the better investment opportunity for Lexi. This also does give Potato Rock a high percentage, which would be 50% ownership in the company. And so that's a decision Lexi would have to make on whether or not she was willing to give up that much of her company for the investment. Anything you'd like to add, Selena?
I think you covered it really well.
All right, thank you. And I'll go ahead and stop the